Hey boys and girls, this is Wild Man Willis here. I'm doing a review of DC's latest movie, Black Adam, with The Rock basically playing The Rock. It was nothing, no different from him playing any of his other roles. So the movie was just a generic superhero movie with a plot we done seen a million times over. I figured this is 2022. That should not be happening with comic book movies right now. This is stuff we done seen so many times. It's ridiculous. It had a lot of action. I give it that much. But one of my problems is about this movie. It's just so generic and the characters are just average. The bad guy sucks. They brought back the beam in the sky once again. The Justice Society, they were okay, but they felt like a second-rate Avengers because they basically had their version of Ant-Man, Atom Smasher, and Dr. Fate in the comic books is way different than what they had him in the movie. They basically gave him Doctor Strange's power that was in like Endgame, Infinity War, and his first Doctor Strange, and the Spider-Man movie, and his second movie with the mirror stuff. He basically had the same power set as Doctor Strange, and they're totally two different characters in the comic books. They might be mystical, but they don't have the same power set, and they don't do their powers exactly the same. And they basically just ripped off Doctor Strange's power set. So that was disappointing to see. The thing between Hawkman and Black Adam's back and forth through most of the movie, that got tiresome after a while. You figure that they realize that they not really good guy versus bad guy. After a while, common sense would tell them to stop fighting each other. I ain't like the way they killed off Dr. Fate because he basically had a premonition like Doctor Strange did in Infinity War. So it felt like they just took a whole bunch of parts from different superhero movies and added it all into this one. And it wasn't very exciting. The action, it had enough action, but it was just average. It was nothing spectacular about this movie. I didn't pay to watch it. I watched it at home. I found a copy online. It was crystal clear, so I didn't pay for it. I wasn't going to pay for it. So I seen it. I wouldn't have wasted my money to the movies to go see it, because the movie is not really that good. It's just not even average. It's below average for it to be a superhero movie in 2022. It just feels more like a Rock's vanity project more than anything else. And the cat is already out the bag about the post credit with Superman showing up. Actually, that 30 seconds was better than the whole movie all by itself. And it seems like they actually redeeming Superman. They even used the Christopher Reeve music, even though I feel like they should just use his theme song from the other movies and call it a day, because he has not earned the Christopher Reeve Superman movie theme song. Let him have his Man of Steel stuff. It fits that Superman, so let him have it. But yeah, all these delays and all this stuff, and this is what they came up with. It's very disappointing. I wish they had brought out Shazam 2 instead of this. Brought this out later on. And there's so many references to Shazam in this movie because they're basically linked together. And you don't have no connection with the two characters at all, really. Honestly, it should have been Shazam showing up at the end of the movie instead of Superman. It would have made more sense. it would have made more logic, especially what they set up in the original Shazam movie about Black Adam. So yeah, it was just, I don't see anything appealing about this movie. I see a lot of other people really don't see anything appealing about this movie. It was just a average piss poor superhero movie. It just felt like something that was in the 90s era before the stuff actually got really, really, really good. So it's senseless, it's mindless. If you actually start watching the movie and actually really thinking about the plot points, there's so many plot holes in this movie, it's ridiculous. My thing is, why did Dr. Fate, knowing that they was gonna need Black Adam at the end, why did they make him get put in jail in the first place? It made no sense to me. If he knew all, Dr. Fate knew all this was gonna happen, why did he put Black Adam in jail in the first place? They know he was the only person that was gonna be able to beat the main bad guy. So you could have did the same thing with the same man and with Dr. Fate being alive, helping out with the Justice Society and Black Adam fighting alongside of him from the get-go. It made no sense to have him disappear for the last 20 minutes of the movie only to come back to save everything. And then demons from hell, if the regular people couldn't just beat him up, those were some useless demons. And that plot point, the villain didn't really have a plot point for real, to be honest with you. This movie didn't really even have a truly good plot. So I say just wait. I don't see the point of going to see this. It's not worth the time. This is Wild Man Willis signing off. See you next time.